and GCDF that does so much work, sometimes even more visible work than our devolved units. Thank you. Minority Leader, you sought...
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I'd indeed sought your indulgence to allow me to raise some pertinent issue that touches on the Constitution and the laws of the land. Mr. Speaker, for starters, I think it is in the public domain that yesterday the controller of budgets, Dr. Margaret Nyakango, was arrested and arraigned in court over some matters which I am not privy to. And of course, I am alive to the rule of sub judice, and therefore I will not venture into those matters. I'm so much alive to the rule on sub judice and outstanding orders, so I will not delve into the matters that are before court. But let me say this. I think it is the first time since the promulgation of the 2010 Constitution that a holder of an independent office has been charged in the court of law. If I'm not wrong, I may be wrong, but I don't think I'm wrong. It's the first time since 2010. And that raises serious issues. And I want to, from the outset, take you, Honorable Speaker, to the provisions of Article 95 of the Constitution that sets out the functions of this House. Inter alia, under Article 95 of the Constitution, sub-article 2, the National Assembly deliberates on and resolves issues of concern to the people. But if you go further down, at Article 95, sub-article 4, among other things, the National Assembly determines the allocation of national revenue between the two levels of government. At B, the House appropriates funds for expenditure by the national government and other national state organs. But above all, at C, the House exercises oversight over national revenue and its expenditure. Mr. Speaker, I want to draw your attention to the provisions of Article 228 of the Constitution that creates the office, that establishes the office of the Controller of Budget. Honorable Speaker, under Article 228 of the Constitution, sub-article 4, the Controller of Budget shall oversee the implementation of the budgets of the national and county governments by authorizing withdrawals from public funds under Article 204, 206, and 207. In a nutshell, the Controller of Budget is exercising her mandate pursuant to the function of this House of appropriating funds to various agencies and organs of government and authority. Honorable Junet is reminding me. Mr. Speaker, there is a notion which has been created out there since the arraignment of the Controller of Budget yesterday, that perhaps the office of the Controller of Budget is now vacant, or somehow the Controller of Budget is now impeded from performing her functions. Let me go further, Mr. Speaker, to draw attention to the provisions of Article 251 of the Constitution. Under Article 251 of the Constitution, Mr. Speaker, sub-article 1, a member of a commission or the holder of an independent office, such as, of course, the Controller of Budget, may be removed from office only for one serious violation of the Constitution or any other law, including contravention of Chapter 6. B, gross misconduct, whether in the performance of the members or the holders' functions or otherwise. And C, physical or mental incapacity to perform the functions of the office. D, incompetence, and finally E, bankruptcy. And then it goes on to set out how such a removal can be initiated, and so on and so forth. Now, Speaker, finally, I want to draw attention to the provisions of the Controller of Budget Act. Section 4, which of course just underscores what the Constitution already provides for. Subsection 1, the office of the Controller of Budget shall become vacant.
Honorable Wandai, I'm still at a loss as to what you want.
Yeah.
And you whistling in the dark?
No, I'm just actually laying a foundation for my submission, which I'll conclude very, very quickly. Yes.
You know what whistling in the dark means?
No. Okay. I know. Mr. Speaker, the act, the subsidiary legislation that has given effect to the Constitution provision that creates this office, at Section 4, Subsection 1 provides how the Controller of Budget can leave office. Of course, by resigning in writing to the President, okay, by being removed in the manner provided for under Article 251, and C, upon death. Mr. Speaker, I want to plead with you, because it is only this House that can calm the nation. Because as I've already said, the functions of the Controller of Budget are so serious, are so integral to the performance of the budget itself, but more importantly, generally to the performance of the economy. And therefore, any insinuation that the office holder is either incapacitated or barred from performing her functions can create unnecessary anxiety and distress in the economy generally. But more importantly, her functions are intertwined with the functions of this House. And therefore, it is the duty of this House to set the record straight if there is such kind of misconception out there. We don't want to go into the reasons why the Controller of Budget was arrested. Some of us hold a strong view that she was being, of course, hounded out of office. She was being pursued for her strong stance against misuse of public funds. I will recall.
Mr. Speaker, that is speculative.
Okay, but Mr. Speaker, I want to tell you, I want to bring to attention the fact that I happen to have sat in the National Dialogue Committee, which was co-chaired by none other than the leader of majority. Madam Margaret Nyakango came before us and made very, very serious allegations on how public funds are being misappropriated by people who are charged with the responsibility of managing public funds. We followed up that issue with the relevant officers, including the CS National Treasury. The only answer we got was that the matter has been referred to the Auditor General. And therefore, the public has got a reason to believe that perhaps the reason why she's being pursued or being hounded out of office is because of her strong stance against misuse of public funds. In any event, Mr. Speaker,
wind up. Be cautious of the fact that
yes,
this is a matter before court, and what you are saying now is likely
okay, I will
undermine the integrity of the case, including the defense of the person you are defending.
Okay, I'm well guided. But let me conclude. As I seek that you make a determination and issue a communication from your chair, Mr. Speaker, allaying these fears that are out there, that office has somehow been incapacitated following the arrest and arraignment of the office holder yesterday. But finally, under the Constitution, I think Article 157, which creates the office of the Director of Public Prosecutions, and indeed generally under common law, a prosecution is undertaken after exercising certain discretion by the
being tautologous.
Mr. Speaker, this is very important. This is very important. Before somebody is charged in court with a criminal offense, it is the duty of the DPP, first and foremost, to ensure that the charges, of course, or pass the evidential test. I'm sure you know that. And also in public interest.
Honorable Wandai.
Yes.
You have crossed the line.
Okay. I will again retreat. But finally, Mr. Speaker, I want to plead with you that the public out there is
you have only said
anxious.
Two things. That the control of budget has been charged, and the second one is that she continue working as a control of budget. That is all you have said in so many words.
And let me summarize. That my submission is that regardless of the actions that were taken yesterday by way of charging the controller of budget, Dr. Margaret Nyakango, under the law and under the Constitution, Dr. Nyakango continues to hold office as controller of budget and continues to discharge her mandate under the Constitution, under the law. And therefore, any other situation should be discarded. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I submit.
Honorable members,